Today we're going to teach you how a bill becomes a law.
Every law first starts out as an idea. The idea for a bill can be thought of by anyone, but can only be introduced by a member of Congress, such as a senator or a representative of the House. But be sure to note that a president cannot even introduce a bill, only a member of Congress.
A member of Congress can introduce a bill during its corresponding chamber's daily sessions. A bill clerk of the Senate or House gives the bill a number and title, and the chamber's leaders, for example the Speaker of the House or the Majority Leader, can either refer the bill to one or more committees, hold the bill at the desk, or place the bill on the calendar. Referring a bill to a committee takes it to the next step, while holding the bill or placing the bill on the calendar just keeps the bill in consideration.
The committee chair makes the decision of where the bill goes next. Either the bill can be held at the full committee level or the bill can go to the subcommittee based on the committee rules. The subcommittee or full committee then holds a hearing. In the hearing, important supporters such as lobbyists attend in an effort to further their chances of gaining maximum support. If changes need to be made, the committee can amend the bill before it agrees to send it.
When a full committee orders a reported bill, there are different steps it can take from this stage. It can either be written, which can take months, or filed, which could take a while as well. The other option is that the bill is never written or filed at all. In this case, it just dies as if it is never reported. If the bill happens to become filed, it is now ready to be considered into one of the legislative chambers, the House or the Senate.
Depending on whether the bill is considered in the House or the Senate, it is dealt with slightly differently. In both the House and Senate, the bill will be debated, possibly amended, and voted upon. Because the Senate is smaller than the House with 100 members, debate is more manageable and has less restrictions. There can be a unanimous consent agreement made by the leader of the Senate, which limits the time length of the debate, or a senator can make a motion to the table, which stops debate on whatever is being discussed. There is no restriction to how long a senator can speak, so filibustering may occur, which can only be stopped by a Senate vote to invoke cloture. In the larger House, there are many more limitations to the debate. There are time limits, limits to how many amendments may be made to the bill, and another limitation is the use of the House's Committee of the Whole House on the State of the Union. This limitation allows for 100 members of the House to be required for a quorum, rather than the usual majority number of 218. Once one of the chambers passes its version of the bill, it is sent to the other chamber and it is officially called an act. Once a bill has been sent to the second chamber, it can either make changes to the bill or send it to the President for consideration. If it makes changes, then it must be sent back to the first chamber, which can decide to either amend it again, insist on its original form, or send it to the President for consideration. If the first chamber decides to amend it again, the act must be sent back to the second chamber. If the first chamber insists on the bill's original form, then a conference between both the House and Senate is required to resolve their differences, and then finally can be sent to the President afterwards. When the President receives the bill, he has 10 days to make it a law, veto the bill, or choose not to take any action. If he vetoes the bill, then it is dead unless both chambers override the veto with 2/3 vote from both chambers. If the President does not take any action while Congress is in session, the bill automatically passes and becomes a law. If Congress is not in session, however, the bill dies in what is known as a pocket veto. After a law is printed and codified, it must be enforced by an agency of the executive branch. The President makes an agency responsible for implementing the law, and then the agency issues administrative regulations explaining how it intends to put the law into effect and what people must do to keep them.